To God be the glory. Whatever questions you have, feel free to ask.
Can you talk about the level of challenge you think you're going to face here through the next, or the remaining part of the regular season, seeing these teams a second time, and what that presents?
The season is a marathon run, and you got 5 games left, so you really have to try to continue to build. You got to take it one game at a time. That's worked for us, but you got to keep playing. You can't stop playing, and it's like the last third of the marathon. You have to put that kick in, take it to another level, and try to continue to grow. But you're thankful for what you've been able to accomplish to this point. But these next 5 games, every game counts, and you just got to keep playing. But you gotta win them on the court, get after it every game. But it's a marathon. You got to be able to grind. That's the challenge and the beauty of a conference play. It's a marathon. One game at a time.
Coach, would you talk a little bit about facing OU, especially, you beat them on your floor, they're undefeated on their floor in the league, just the challenges that OU presents?
Anytime you go on the road, there's a certain uniqueness, not only in the MAC, but throughout college basketball. It's a certain unique element, but at the same time, the things that work for you, whether you're home or anytime you play, the things that you have to do well to be successful, you got to do them on the road. And every game's different, so you can't go in. You can't go into a game thinking about what a team has done before you got there. You have to think about that game and what you've done well and build on that. So for us, you always got to deal with DJ Cooper. It starts with him, and you got to defend and rebound, which has worked for us. You got to play really good defense and try to contain their guard play. And you got to rebound the ball, wrap up the possession, and then you got to have great possessions on offense and not turn the ball over. One area, we got to shore up from our last game. We got to work on our free throw shooting. We got to do better from the free throw.
Is the three-quarter court press going to be a little staple for you guys now? We'll see. Not to give away any trade secrets, but they've seen it on tape.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Is that something we can expect to see?
Yeah, you know what? I think for us it's been good, and we kind of built up to it. We've done it before in the past, and we've done it more as of late. So we want to continue to do it.
Coach, will you talk a little bit about that press was a little more aggressive against Toledo? Is that kind of we'll pick and choose when we're aggressive like that? Because it looks like normally when you run that press, it's just to limit the amount of time they have in the possession against the zone.
Yeah,
right?
you want to tell everything. I might as well just give them the game plan in the paper. Nah, it serves a few purposes, and the big key for us is just executing it, and hopefully making some teams a little uncomfortable, and then go from there. But it's been a positive, and we hope that it can continue to be a positive.
think there's been a lot of talk this year about the way the MAC tournament is set up. You guys have put yourselves in a position to get one of those top 4 spots. Can you talk about the added importance of these final games with that kind of fruit hanging over for you guys?
You know what? You're always playing for something. You know, there's always something at stake every time you step on the court. And, you know, for us, you know, the big picture thing is, hey, let's compete for a MAC championship. Every time we step on the court, that's our vision. I believe you have to have a vision that you know, and that for us, that's always a vision. And for regardless of what position you're in, you know, you're trying to better it. You know, you're trying to put yourself in the best position you can at the end of the day when you played all 16 games. So every game counts. You know, you just got to keep playing. So that doesn't change. And the biggest game of the year is Ohio. You know, that's the biggest game of the year for us. And before the last game, Toledo was the biggest game of the year. I mean, it's an ongoing process, but you got to play them one at a time. You got to try to win them one at a time, and that becomes the most important game of the year.
What did you do the first time when you beat Ohio? And I'm assuming you feel you're a better team now than you were when you played them that first time?
You know, I just was watching, going through the first half of the game just now before meeting with you guys. I thought we did a good job of containing the guard play and guarding the three-point line. And I thought for us, we played inside out, and you know, it was a good balanced game for us offensively, and we closed the game out strong. I thought that was big. Limit our turnovers and have great possessions on offense. I think that's so crucial. As the longer I stay, you know, I'm around basketball, the importance of having great possessions, you know, and not taking any of the possessions on the offensive end for granted. So, you know, we need to have really good possessions on offense, and we need to defend and do a good job of, you know, starts with DJ Cooper, but, you know, really just trying to, you know, get stops and limit them to one shot and keep them out of transition. I think that's important. But the two work hand in hand. Good offense helps your defense.
I know you're not going to comment on Morehead State, and I'm not going to ask you to do that. However, as a coach, the concept of the bracket busters, whether you like it or don't like it, and then its placement in the season, maybe at this time of the year, I know that it's TV driven, but it does interrupt the flow of conference play.
I think in theory, you know, it's, if my understanding is correct, in theory, it has its merits, because really you want to see teams that are, I guess, quote unquote, as they use the term, mid-majors, be able to, the better teams, I guess the teams that are having a better season, be able to compete against each other and help their NCAA status or at-large status or whatever. And, you know, I think in theory, it's probably, you know, a good concept. I think you got to treat it like every time you step on the court, you want to play well and you want to win. So you're kind of, even though it's not a league game, you got to approach it the same as you would any other game. It's not a conference game, but you got to approach it that way. And, you know, I know in this business and coaching, you know, there's a hierarchy. And basically, do what you're told. I mean, you know, you play the teams that's put in front of you, and that's the way I look at it. So, you know, we got a 30-game schedule, and that's one of the 30. and you play it, and you try to gain from it, you try to grow from it, try to get a win. So I don't, that's about it.
And the timing of it is?
Yeah, I mean, you know, hey, we probably be playing someone on Saturday. You know, I mean, you know, whether it's a conference game or whether a non-conference game to fill out your schedule. You know, you got another home game. You know, you're playing against a good program. So I mean, it has benefits, no question. There's benefits, and you got to look at it that way. What's the best timing? You know, you got a couple of days prepared, and a lot of times that's the best you can get sometimes. So play the game and then play the next game in front of you. That's how we look at it.
Coach, your thoughts about the way the East Division in the MAC really manhandled the West this year? I mean, 30-6 or something like that.
I don't. We all one league. I don't get into East or West. We all one league, and every game, every team is tough. So I don't really get into comparing the East or the West. You know, it's just a tough league.
Would you like to see divisions set aside?
I like
and
divisions.
become?
No, I like divisions.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. I like divisions, but I mean we all one league. We all go to the same conference tournament. We all playing for the same thing. So, you know, I just don't get into the comparing the East and the West. But hey, you know, we had our challenges and opportunities both ways with both, you know, East and West division. So, and I have a great deal of respect for all the teams and the coaches in both divisions. So, like I said, this is a challenging league with every team. So I don't get into the comparison.
After seeing Jordan's dunk on Saturday, are you going to be setting up some more alley-oop plays maybe that he's on the receiving end? Or?
You know, I had a funny, one of the university co-workers and a person that's been around, family been around basketball here at BG. She said, basically she said, did you see, or she saw Jordan's dunk? I said, nah, I saw him grab the rim when he laid it up, but I haven't seen it dunk. But you know what? I give him that. He's a tremendous athlete, really, regardless of what size he is, height. But to give him a dunk on that, nah. My big thing is you just make the layup, because I think it might have been the shot before that. He had a fast break layup, and I think he missed it. So my thing is, look, just make the layup. You know, if you get like Spud Ware, where you dunking the ball, for those guys that know Spud Ware, I'm dating myself, then you save it for the dunk contest and the layup line. Just get the 2 points. Get the basket. And, but thank God the shot went in.
We good? All right.
Thank you.